Let's get right into this week's Real Estate Real Talk. We're usually focused on home ownership when we talk about this segment, but we're taking it up this week a little bit because the line between buying and renting is getting a little bit blurry. We're talking about homes that are built to rent, not duplexes, not multifamily, not row homes. We're talking single family homes designed specifically to be rented out. Los Angeles real estate agent Keri White joining us right now to talk about built to rent. Lots to get to. Keri, we'll jump right in. The phenomenon is pretty recent. Can you give us some details on this built to rent boom and how it's different from a typical built to rent neighborhood?
Right, exactly. When these first emerged, I thought, well, what is the difference between this and like a PUD, a planned unit development? There's so many different types of asset classes, but really with the struggle with affordability right now, people want to live in a nice community, which usually you would have to purchase a home to live around fellow homeowners who really give back to the community. But these are detached single-family homes that are built specifically for rental purposes only, and they're built to be like a community. So they're classified different from an SFR, single-family residential, but they have amenities like a gated complex, pools, dog parks, as you see there. So they are technically legally classified as something different, but it does feel very similar to like a planned unit development. But these are specifically zoned as only rentals and with a strong community bond, which is very interesting.
Yeah, that is. Okay, so what are some of the pros and some of the cons that people should consider when renting something specifically like this?
Well, I mean, these are very highly desirable. So what would stop a developer or owner from driving rents up when the demand is high? So if you're paying more in rents, it's harder to save for a down payment to actually get into a home that you can own and build equity in. So of course, renting always delays the buying process in a lot of ways. So prices go up there. And also, it's a quality of life. If you get used to living that way, you may never want to buy a home because you're in this beautiful community and life is good. So it's not necessarily, anything different from any regular pros and cons of renting, but these are going to be highly popular communities that people are renting in, and developers don't have any rent control jurisdiction to stop rents from being raised dramatically. So those are some things to keep in mind.
As we look at those things to consider, we're mostly talking about renting here, but we do want to talk about home buying. Do you think a boom in these types of neighborhoods will either help or hurt aspiring homeowners out there?
It depends on your metro area of where you're living. It could help people because they see the value of living in a beautiful community where everybody really cares and they want to make an extra effort to actually become a homeowner in a similar type community. It could help people be more flexible with what they're looking for, because a lot of people only want a traditional single family home, but maybe they'll be open to like a row house or a townhouse community because they're used to that community feel. So, it could be a pro and a con. Just depends which way you look at it. But ultimately, homeownership is the only way to build wealth in a lot of ways, because a homeowner has 4 times more equity and generational wealth than a renter. So.
All right. Thanks, Keri, for that update there. In the meantime, follow Keri on Instagram at Keri Ann, and then subscribe to her YouTube channel. That's Keri White Real Estate.